Hello, everyone. Welcome to the conversation with Dr. Joan Coleman and friends. And I'm with my friend Rita
Hi, I'm Rita Reynolds, and I'm on Instagram as the Reynolds Love.
and Megan.
Hi everybody, Megan Price, Megan P129 on IG.
I mean, we're in the new year. We're going through it. So far, so good. But we want to talk about how to keep your peace in the new year. Things come to bother us. Things come, you watch something on the TV, on the news, you hear something on the radio, and instantly it disturbs your peace. Rita, how can we keep our peace in this new year? Like, what can we do?
Well, usually, like for me, I try to really stay away to see bad stuff on my phone or on the TV. So, so because I really get affected,
Mhm.
about different stuff, and even in my country because it's very dangerous. So I really try to watching and like try to keep my peace for myself because I sometimes I get worried about my family there. In this,
Yeah.
it's a very difficult situation. So I prefer to just talk with my parents and asking how they are, but I don't really watch the news,
No.
honestly, because
It,
no.
it's so funny because my mom, that's all she does is watch the news. She's like, you won't know what's going on in the world if you watch the news. I'm like, there's nothing good on the news, really. Barely anything good on the news. You know, Megan, last year we had like celebrities. They're all like tumbling down. I mean, how did you feel about that? And seeing that, even some that you looked up to, like getting this bad name or bad reputation being talked about. How do you keep your peace, like from stuff like that?
Well, I think one of the beautiful things is, you don't personally know them, right? So like as
Yeah.
much as it affects you, you can also be like, well, like not my circus, not my monkeys, right? Like not my problem
I
kind of a
love
thing,
that.
you
Not my
know,
circus, not my monkey.
right?
Go ahead.
I don't have to deal with that, thankfully. But yeah, I mean, there certainly are situations where you have like a role model or somebody that you really like or care about in the media or elsewhere that does let you down or gets, I call it me too,
Mhm.
people that are getting me too and just like making bad decisions or whatever, it brings you down, it really makes you like lose like hope and like humanity sometimes. But you got to dig a little deeper, like talk to a kid even because kids are so awesome and like they'll give you a little bit of hope for humanity again too. But I mean, I try to stay away from celebrity gossip and things like that, but there are a couple of people that I do, follow. So I don't know. I just always think that trying to find some peace is in somebody else, like another child. Like I love talking to my kids, they're the people
Mhm.
that like make everything go away from me. Bad news, bad everything. Like their just
Mhm.
perspective is so refreshing and innocent. So I really enjoy that. And also just like just turn it off, just turn it off. Rita said she doesn't even
Yeah.
watch it. Tries to talk to the person to find out what's actually going on because you
Mhm.
don't know if you're getting, you know, you don't know if it's totally true, right? Everybody
Right.
has bias and a little bit of all this exaggeration. Like, well, what's really going on, right? So I'm not discounting it. A lot of the times it is pretty horrific, but you have to also take it with a grain of salt that you're not there, you're not experiencing it, and going kind of deeper to a source or to somebody that to talk to would probably be better than being, freaking out about stuff.
Yeah. And write this down. Not my monkey, not my circus. Write that down. Put it on a sticky note. Put it on your TV or on by your TV, by somewhere you could see it when something is trying to disturb your peace that's outside of your home, outside of your control, outside of things you even care about. You look at it and say, not my monkey, not my circus. Listen, how do we calm our inner self when we're going through personal struggles? When we're going through things that really upsets us, that's like trying to steal our peace, not from a media extent or from a celebrity extent, but a personal extent. What tips can you give somebody that's really going through it? Maybe they don't have enough money. Maybe you're not happy with your job. What can we tell them to just really help them to keep their peace? Rita, do you have anything?
Well, I have an example. Okay, so I
Mhm.
have, the problem with Palestinian and Israel.
Yeah.
So I have Palestinian friends and
Mhm.
family, and I have Israeli, Jewish friends. And I just learned, I post something because I was very affected about it. And I have a race campaign to support people in Gaza, and there's like $2 million that they're sending. So I was part of that. I think, and I was attacked, they call me many stuff because, but the people don't really understand. This is not about with one side or the other. It's about being empathic and care about the children anywhere. Okay, so for me, that was like a little hard thing to try to, because I was involved. So with my heart and with the campaign, and at the end, I really stay like little away. So I have my race because I get too much hate from everything. If I put something about Israel, there was like Palestinian people insulting me. If I put something about Palestinians, the other people insult me. So and honestly, I was more on the side of the people that don't have power, and in my side, and the side that I think is Palestine, they don't have the same army, and the other thing that have Israel. So I have a lot of hate of that, and I just stay away for now. Like, I'm not posting anything about it. Because every time I post something, you don't imagine the hate, the comments. I can't believe it. Like, I hope you die. It's insane. And you say, this don't affect me, but it is affect me in some kind of way,
So sometimes just log off, or sometimes just keep your opinions to yourself, because people get so testy, and they're behind a screen hiding, saying things, trying to steal your peace because they're miserable themselves. You know what I mean? So
just like, I do prefer to work in silence. Okay, so I was still like running around with the campaign to raise money to feed the kids in Gaza, because I was part of that. But I'm doing it in silent now. I was like posting, but I'm no more, because oh my God, you don't even know what they, I was like thinking that someone will come to my house and shoot me in the head, like technically. So it was very hard.
I'm thankful that you're moving silently, because we don't want nothing to happen to you. Because the world is people. Some people are really meant, I can't even say that, but you know what I mean. Megan, what do you think about all this? Like, how can you tell somebody that's going through their own torment to keep the peace?
I think that there needs to be a little bit of balance in your perspective. So, I write my kid notes in her lunchbox sometimes. And recently I wrote one. You always hear, we can do hard things. We can do hard things. And we can. We definitely can. But my note to her was, we can do hard things, but not everything needs to be hard.
Right.
So if you have a hard thing, maybe balance it with a not hard thing. Like, maybe go outside and get some fresh air, or take an easy walk. Like, maybe you don't need to lift 5,000 pounds today. Maybe it's a light walk day. Like, yes, you can. You are a hero. You can crush, but you don't have to always be doing it. You don't have to be proud of multitasking. You don't have to feel like a failure if your plan didn't go. There just are no rules. And I feel like you just have to just swallow that and know that, some things are going to be tough. Some things are going to be within your control to make easier, and some things are going to be within your control to not even touch. Like Rita right now, she's saying, you know what, I'm going to work behind. I'm the stage crew. Somebody else is at the performance, but I'm working and I'm back here, and no one needs to know it. That's her doing a hard thing, but without making it so hard. I think that you just have to balance it out and give yourself some grace, and not have an expectation, and not always think you need to be pushing so hard. I feel like the small wins are great too. Maybe you did do a big great thing, but like, now do something easy. Like, what are you good at? You good at drawing? Go draw something in your kitchen. Like, take 2 seconds and do something that's also easy, so you feel like you do also have a little bit of a peaceful win for yourself that day.
Listen, I felt that right here. That was so good. There were so many good things you say, like what you said about Rita working in silent, giving somebody else the front stage while she still does what she does to make things better for people. And you're talking about, you could do hard things, but not everything have to be hard. Listen, you was dropping some gems, and how we have to have grace. How we have to have grace with ourselves. This can't get know better. Listen, I have these two fabulous women listen to these tips because, you know, we're trying to encourage you, uplift you, motivate you, inspire you, and help you get to on the right track and being your most authentic self, loving the skin you're in. You know, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And so thank you both for those really great tips. I am Dr. Joan Coleman. Listen, if you have anything, if you have more you want to add to this conversation, put it in the comment box below. And of course, we'll get back to you. And we just want to thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for sharing and liking our videos. I am Dr. Joan Coleman. My IG is Let Me Be Me and Jay. And I'm with Rita.
I'm Rita Reynolds, and you can find me on Instagram as Reynolds Love.
And Megan.
Megan Price, Megan P129 on Instagram.
Again, this is The Conversation. We'll see you next time. Bye.